entrance gate to the Taman Bebek gardens. Down a small lane, down the side of a valley, the Ayung River Valley, and one enters the old Colin McPhee estate. And this path was first built in 1936 for the musicologist, and this was sort of happy valley for the bisexual swingers, Margaret Mead and Barbara Watterson and Walter Foley, Walter Speece, Warwick Purser and Warwick Fairfax and Doris Duke were all over here. This was the Croissant Cottage done for Agnes Montanet. Peter and Carol Muller stayed here when they were designing the Armandarian for a year at Miss Agnes's great hospitality, and they left 6 cans of tonic as a thank you. And I've managed to collect some strange, rare and wonderful bits and pieces over there. This is from Majapahit, East Java, and here's a very ancient Chamul froggy. It's a lovely water feature. And I've picked up plants from all over the world. The Croissant Cottage was the first time I built a Queenslander, that wonderful tropical bungalow style. The view back down the same path over to the Croissant Cottage. It's a wonderful Wayan Chamul ghoul sitting on a... And here's a great wall corner piece from a palace or a temple in North Bali, sort of early 20th century. It's a lovely Petria vine, named after the botanist Lord Petrie. We'll go over here to my house, Made Villa, and the Royal Villa, which used to be the kitchen for my house. And that's the banyan tree that the Oberoi didn't want, that I bought up here. And this was where many great dinner parties have been had, including one memorable one with the French ambassador Thierry de Beausset at the time when Mick Jagger turned up. Just not recognised at all by any security or anyone. And it was where David Bowie had his honeymoon, one of his marriages, and Francis Coppola used to love to stay here too. But this is my old villa, the lines of which were copied by Peter for the Armandari, and I'd copied them from a Wonderland near the Taman Ayu. And oh, there's that environmental vandalism, the Four Seasons sign. Don't look at it, it'll burn your eyes out. The valley view here is quite special. Not bad. One of my Wassenresp Sarang Burung lamps there. What a shame there isn't a lovely blue sky. And that's the great Ayung Valley view. First balustrade I ever did using Paras tuft, volcanic tuft. Another balustrade down here. Heavens to Betsy, this pot still belongs to Carol Muller. But I bought these indigo batik dipping vats from Amir Rabik, the first batch out of Java in about 1980. And I put some in the Hyatt, some here. I sold a few around. They're really the most exquisite things, and this one had a perfect lip. It's like Pandi the gardener. This is the little Balinese kitchen in the garden. And this building was my original Bali kitchen. And where I'm standing is where we used to have the long table. This banyan tree, this bringin tree is really come like a Tim Burton movie garden. Another one of those original indigo dipping pots. And there's a bit of a Mahendradrata statue here I'm quite proud of. Definitely 10th century Singasari. Wonderful Durga statue. Hips all displaced, poking out there in that sort of aggressive gesture, and there's orchids all over it. Very early Chamul pornographic ashtray commissioned for John Darling, next to a strange Chinaman from Surabaya. So this was the alternate entry to my house, where nice David Smith's staying at the moment. He says it's his favourite cottage in the whole world. Tim Street Porter, Annie Kelly lover too. This was a eucalypt tree donated by publisher Kevin Weldon to this garden when his old mate Jack DeLissa lived here. Jack DeLissa founded the Hotel Champon with Val Ireland. In the 1980s on a Sunday, all the shakers and movers used to trek down these stairs, past my little breakfast sitting area here, the corner of my eyrie, and then used to have a Sunday afternoon gatherings down here, which involved all sorts of lubricants and conscious altering substances, and we just sit here and marvel at the view. The valley here, we see the Bali's largest sprawling walking fig. It's the downstairs of my old home, and wow, that's a vertical wall I did that completely preceded Philippe Blanc's. All the fuss being made over vertical walls, I did this in 1979. This door with the mother of pearl is from Nusa Penida. It's probably early 20th century. It's the first antique I ever bought. Next to it is a Chamol window, which was Johnny Darling's idea, but painted by Stephen Little. In 1980, it was the first of the lovely painted air vents, transoms. Stephen did a whole line of these for the sea view at Brava, the Von Buren estate. But none of them are left. It's all been replaced with gold leaf and aluminium over there. Guardian statue for the valley view. These strange blue supports were much loved by Yoko Ono when she stayed here. I had all this name dropping, but what to do? I love this mouldy boma from Surabaya, bought in an antique shop, very Balinese. King post support. Isn't it a wonderful thing? So if one walks back towards the Croissant Cottage, there's a very pretty shrine to the spirit of the land. A lovely view. The garden out there. The view out from the front door of the Croissant Cottage. Bit of a view back to the Croissant Cottage there as one looks from the south side of the Taman Bebek. All the stairs were beautifully created here by the artisans from Iti Indo-Sakari. Even the back of house areas have beautiful Balinese doors in them. One stays at the Taman Bebek at mates' rates. It's ultimately affordable. One gets to drink in all the beauty of these artifacts. Show me the money. Lovely Chamol wall, fretwork wall at the end of this garden. I try and dress the staff in these traditional Balinese cloth, the yellow kain nusa. My old manager managed to do a deal with the neighbours and is now squatting amicably on my green belt. That's Arthur Carvin, famous nightclub owner, father of Australia's lead actress, Claudia Carvin. Anyway, I gave him a beautiful gateway with this early 20th century Balinese door, which is a bit of an ancient sort of style. It's rather lovely. Gave him a nice Chamol flower pot, again designed by Johnny Darling with Chamol, part of the first generation of these decorative utilitarian art pieces that were much copied by Bill Bensley. And the view out from Arthur's little retirement village. I love this primitive Garuda down here in front of it. It's a wall by Hawaiian Chamol, now 85 and ailing in Ubud. That's the garden entrance to the Valley View West, and this is the entrance to Valley View East, and that sort of strange, weird fretwork thing was inspired by something I saw in St Vincent when I was working on the David Bowie job. The colour scheme is distinctly Banda Island red and green. It's a nice blimbing starfruit tree just there, and there's the new wing, the twin towers over there. We'll see the corner of the Javanese lobby soon. The gates into the spa. There's 2 courtyard spa rooms. We swing around, and the corner of the lovely Joglo lobby, which I built 3 years ago for the new development. So here, querying his bill, is Javanese furniture expert, talking to Rai in no known language, my driver Made, tourist domestic, Selamat sore. So do you like the Taman Bebek? And you had a massage from our spa therapist, Mr. Ketut Ari. Was that good for you? Did he squeeze your bottoms in a nice way? A Covarrubias map of Bali. So this is the new Twin Towers. Someone said I had to add 4 rooms to be viable, and I couldn't stand blocking the view, so I did these Twin Towers with the view in between. Added a bit of blue to keep it a bit joyous. Some lovely epiphytes and bromeliads gifted from art consultant Willy Wanker Valentine's garden in Ubud. This is a new pool I added. It's another great Chamul wall which leads into this room. I'm in the Bali room looking at these totally gorgeous Wayang figures and Hindu god figures. There's Hanuman and Ganesha up here, painted by local star artist Apple from Clicky. They're so pretty. This is the photograph I did at friend's tooth filing or wedding. This is a lovely 18th century Javanese palace bed. This is our spa manager and stretching expert Ketut Ari, formerly of Ari's Slave Shop Gym. Thank you, Ketut. How's your wife? Right. This flat philodendron's pretty amazing, the way it's grown up the wall of the Twin Tower here. And this dirty blue is a bit controversial, but I just couldn't stand any more brown in Bali in architecture. All that Malaysian modern and sort of what I call Islam friendly, which has got nothing to do with Islam. It's more about not freaking out the Malaysians and the Singaporeans who can't stand any colour at all. It reminds them of things, of spooky things. Oh, some nice guests. Tragically, the view north is about to be cut off by this very insensitive 20-room block by some Australian real estate person who reckons he can turn the view down to the lobby. This Rai trying to make the blinds straight. This is the view back to the lobby from the west. Lovely. What are they called? I'm thinking of Kelantan and Kadisan, I can't remember. Kudus roof tiles. Beautiful 18th century Wayang clitics. Stick wooden carved wayangs from East Java on the lobby wall. Our little cyber corner. And the Whatever Happened to Baby Jane bar. There's a dead parrot in the cage and a painting by Johnny Bell. There it is. Oh my god, there she is. Coming down the stairs. 8 pay leave.